Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your bi-weekly reading November 1st to November 15th, 2019. Just keep in mind all of my readings are timeless, so you can go into the archives, something there might resonate with you, or if you're clicking into this reading in 2021 in May, it could still resonate. Okay, my dears, hello, welcome. If you're new, my name is Natalie, spelled Natalee. And I'm here to psychically channel the correct energies and messages that want to come through for you. Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, or otherwise. Okay, so tuning into your energies. Before I hit record, they showed me this axis. They showed me this, but it wasn't like this. It wasn't like a clear cut, it wasn't a cross. It was like this, where it was sort of bent, really uneven. And what they're telling me, Sagittarius, is that especially now, if you are tuning in for the November 1st to the November 15th, 2019 reading, we have this new moon in Scorpio conjunct the sun, and it's opposing Uranus in the sky. So that's it's a little bit stressful because there's a big surprise ahead for all of us, and we don't know exactly where it's going to, well, we can figure out where it's going to happen in what area of our lives, but we don't know how it's going to manifest. And so for you, Sagittarius, this is going to be taking place in your 12th house, the house of secrets, sorrows, and self-undoing. So what's going to be opposing that will be Uranus in your 6th house of work, your solar 6th house. So that means we start the wheel. Where are you? I think you are right here. Duh, right by Capricorn. So this is number one, number two. This is your 1st house. This is your 2nd house, Capricorn. 3rd house, Aquarius. So unless you have an interception going on in your chart, the house behind you is going to be the 12th house, which is Scorpio, where that new moon will be conjuncting the sun. Every new moon conjuncts the sun, every full moon. Okay, so that's going to be opposite. If we go the complete opposite of Scorpio, we have down here, we have Taurus. So this is your 6th house of work, health. They were showing me this. They were showing me this axis, and then they were also showing me the 2nd house axis to your 8th house, your solar 8th house, which will be Cancer energy. So that's the money you have, like your money, and then it's going to be other people's money. So debts, loans, okay, stuff like that. So they showed me that axis, and it was really like warped, and they gave me all this other stuff. But basically, your health could really there could be an accident coming up for you in the first 2 weeks of November, Sagittarius, so just be careful. Mercury's going retrograde October 31st. We're in the pre-shadow period right now. I just want you to be extra careful because Uranus is in the early degrees of your 6th house of work. So I'm just being cautious. Hopefully, crossing our fingers that wonderful surprise is a new job. Some of you could be getting a new job. It will come out of the blue, totally unexpected. Even if you're trying to think of it right now, you're not going to be able to figure it out. Okay? It's just going to be a surprise. And they're also giving to me that there's a correlation between your health and the money that you're making. So for some of you, that could be a real issue as far as like suffering bad health, mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, and it really, really affecting the money, the pentacles. So there's something there. So that's going to resonate with someone. So elements of this reading can resonate and other elements may not. The whole reading may resonate. The whole reading may not. Okay, so whether you're here for the tonic, the Scooby Snacks, or the company, I hope you find some value and some entertainment in the reading that we are now finally for 20 minutes in going to begin. Okay, what do we have for the Sagittarius for the first 15 days of November, people? There we go. We have 2 cards, the Page of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. So this is work. This is something. Now we do have Uranus in your 6th house of work that'll be opposing that new moon. So the shock is going to come up through work. It's going to come up at the workplace. There could be someone booted out, someone new, you just show up to work and there's like a whole new team, okay? It's going to be big. And there's actual gossip around this. The Page of Swords gives us information in bits and pieces. This is like if you follow your work on Instagram, and there are a whole 34 people that follow them, and then they post like they check in somewhere, and that's it. There's just like a picture of the table and then the check-in location. That's information. It's conveying information, but it's only like a little itty bitty little bit. Okay, fire baby, there's just a little bit. You don't know who's sitting next to the person taking the pictures. You don't know where they came from. You don't know where they're going after, right? So there's something like you're sniffing it out. You're trying. I feel like this is you actually trying to like get the heads up, like your spidey senses could be like wah, wah, and you're trying to like figure this out. I feel like that could be you here, sniffing out something at work. There's something going on, or there's just a lot of talk about something at work, about the team you're on, about the collaboration, about the project, about the unit. If I look out, I feed squirrels pistachios because I'm a fancy pants. And I'm a great squirrel mommy. So if I'm looking off, I'm looking at squirrels. Don't worry, I'm still channeling. I can still channel, they just direct me. Okay, so don't fret if you see my eyeballs like going all over the place. I just like to see happy little squirrel babies. Okay, so there's definitely something in the workplace that is like what's that expression? There's something rotten in Denmark. You're trying to sniff it out, or at least there's just gossip. There's gossip. However, we have the fixed angel. Okay, the Temperance. So, you know what, Sagittarius? You guys are always, I swear, your readings, it's always like, oh, what's going to happen? Oh, it's all right. It's all going to be good. You guys seriously just... Okay, now if that's not you, then maybe I'm not your channeler and you need to find a different psychic. I swear though, my group of Sagittarians, it's like you'll go through something, but it all just like you just land on your feet, or you think you're falling, and then there's like people walking with a big net underneath the right spot where you're falling. So you just land like, it's really funny. But here we have the fixed angel. So if you do get injured, or if anything, the rug gets pulled out under you, Sagittarius, you are going to be okay. You're going to be totally okay. That Temperance fixed angel is it's like not the lucky charm, it's the protection. It's cosmic divine protection. So you are being protected in these first 15 days of November. Okay, Sag. Now, what this also tells me is that there's chemistry between you and someone else, either you and someone else on the job, at the workplace, or in your life. So let's keep this moving. What's that? I'm going to be excited to get more cards on that and be extended. So for the newbies and for the golden oldies, what we're doing now are bi-weeklies. So from the 1st to the 15th, and then from the 15th to the 30th or the 31st, we're going to do 30 minutes on YouTube, and then we will do 30 minutes in the extended. And in the extended, okay, so for the YouTube version, we're going to do the full spread of Radiant Wise, so this deck right here. And then in the extended, we're going to clarify and pull more cards from whatever decks I'm guided to, but definitely the Rider Die, Rider Waite, and then Oracle decks as well. Okay, guys, so that's just the heads up. What's the next message for Sagittarius for November 1st? I'm really happy that we pulled that Temperance card, because here we go. I'm serious. I'm really glad they let that this came up front and then this is the rear, because this is like, it's going to be okay. Whatever happens over the next 15 days, Sagittarius, you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Okay. What this could be is that you do have chemistry. You do have alchemical chemistry. Like, you do have the right ingredients. Let me just put it that way. You do have the right ingredients, Sagittarius. It's but because of whatever this is going, hold on, they're giving me something. It's your health. Ooh, something's going to be coming up to be purged. Okay? I know that sounds like gruesome, but yeah, it's this 12th house energy. We currently have like Sun, what is it? I think it's Sun, Mercury. I'm pulling it up ASAP. It will not take much more than like a second. Here we go. We have the Sun, Mercury, and Venus in Scorpio, Sagittarius. And, sorry, right here. This is you. Okay, that's all behind you. So let me explain the ascendant. So I don't know your ascendant. I don't know your personal natal chart. I do know your solar chart, though. So your solar chart is where you take your sun sign and you put it at the beginning of the wheel. That's why I have my backdrop like this, because I'm a Capricorn. So this is my natural, what you're looking at is my natural solar chart. So for you, you're right behind me, you're right next to me. So we just go, so that's you. This is now the beginning. This is your first house, your second house, you know, so on and so forth. So when you have any planets behind you, let's say you're born with planets in Scorpio and that's behind you. The ascendant is your face. It is how you come across. It's your first impression that you make with people. It's how people first see you, first experience you. And if they're projecting, that's part of their projecting, what they're able to project onto you, okay? And it's, it's very face forward. So if you're born with any natal planets in your 12th house, it's like having maybe, depending on whatever it is, maybe if it's like Pluto, it's like a big scary monster, and if it's Venus, it's like a beautiful whatever. But it's like walking around with all of that behind you and interacting with people and living your life, thinking that people just see you, but they don't. They see all this other stuff. It's like you don't, it's a part of yourself that you're not really conscious of, because you don't lead with that. You don't lead with all of the weird stuff. So when something's in our 12th house, it's something behind us that we're not really, we can't see it. Okay. You like how I just mimicked that whole thing? Okay, so since we have 3 planets in Scorpio transiting, not that you were born with this, that they're just transiting, they're going to be leaving, though they will leave, and then Mars will come and take its place, and then we're really into some hot water. But now that we have these 3 planets behind you, Sagittarius, in Scorpio, it's really illuminating these issues. It's really bringing these things to light. It's really making this like front and center. Yeah. And so that's what this is. So what was it? Sun, Mercury, and Venus. So yeah, this is a down period for you energetically when the sun is behind itself. So come birthday season, when the sun moves into Sagittarius, that's when you're really going to feel alive. So take this time, especially over the next 2 weeks, to just take care of yourself. Really take care of yourself. Take care of your emotional well-being. Take care of your health, because there could be a blow ahead for you. There absolutely can be. You're gonna be okay, though. You're going to be okay. This is the Fix-It angel actually protecting you. So however, whatever you think this is, or however it manifests, it's still better than it would have been had you not had this protection, if that makes any sense, okay? Let's go ahead and get the next message. Okay, that was cool. That was pretty quick. We have the 9 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So this is what I like to see, Sagittarius. So you're not letting anything stop you. This is one of the fastest moving knights in the deck, the Knight of Wands. And it's usually, the knights can even bring situations and contexts and people to our doorstep. Okay, so it could even be that you're nursing this wound, or that you're just, this energy is coming into you. So this is either something that's happening at work, like we said, like, oh, there's a little gossip at work, and then you get let go, or there's a big mix-up, there's a big change. It will all be for the better. What if that does happen, Sagittarius? It was only to balance this out, to balance out your situation. You see how that angel is mixing the waters back and forth until it's just right, until it's just perfect, until it's equal and fair. It looks like there is something that's going to have that adjustment. You're going to have to let it go. Okay. It's so just okay? Like Zoolander. What I like to see is that your own energy is represented here with the Knight. Okay, it's like a Casanova card. It's like the only thing about this is that as enthusiastic as he is, like charging forward, it's like he's moved on to something else. It's like something else has his attention. Okay, I want to go here, you know. So there is, you are looking for this self-satisfaction. You are looking for, it's like your first reaction after getting your heart broken is to go into indulge in something, is to go into look and have a good time, is to go be with someone, sleep with someone, booty call, something like that. So I kind of like this energy, and I'll tell you why. I like it because it's not stagnant. An earth and a water sign, like we're feeling, I'm a Capricorn, we're feelers, we're like, you know, and it can take a lot, it can take a bit to break us out of that. That's right. That's why it's really great for us to have earth and air people around to just blast that away, to just get the energy like flowing. With you here, it's a little bit too quick. It's just the opposite problem where where fire and air signs don't give any, they don't sit here long enough where they ingest a lesson. We all need, pain is the greatest teacher. We all need pain to feel pain in order to learn from it, in order to think about it, figure it out, make changes and move on. Earth and water signs can indulge in the pain far beyond what's healthy. So if you do have Scorpio placements, that could be something about yourself that you just don't see. And that you do this because, okay, so there's like a connection there, and it directly affects the health house, the Taurian health house, which is very about overindulging. And I mean, it's a sensual sign. Taurus loves to touch and feel and taste, you know. So it's like your coping mechanism after this heartbreak, after this firing or letting go, losing your house, whatever this is, it's like you rush right towards what feels good. Okay, so I feel like it's a lot easier to tell the Sagittarius, tone it down just a little bit, come down just a little bit, than it is to tell a Capricorn or a Scorpio to just cheer up. Okay, it's a lot easier to tell you to come down than to them to cheer up. Okay, so let's work together here. You can still go to something that feels good, but not where it's going to be overindulging, not where it's going to give you a hangover the next day, not where it's going to make you less effective, make you less powerful and such, okay? Yes, so let's see what the next message is for my Sagittarius in this situation. And I do feel like it is work. The first two cards are the strongest, and I feel like because you already have a heads up about this, you're kind of, this is a little bit of an active mind, Sagittarius. I feel like you are still wondering what it could be, or maybe there's gossip that someone's going to get let go and no one knows who it is, and then boom, it's Sagittarius. But I had a reading with you before when I was doing the weeklies, and I don't know if it's the last weekly I did for you or a different one, but it was about, it was a reading, this might connect, it might not, take it as it resonates, but that reading was about you deciding whether to stay with a work situation and a group of people and a whole little like institution, or whether to go off on your own and start your own company, maybe move across the country, do your own thing. And what that reading came up, I remember, that's funny that I remember that reading. What came up was, you're going to be okay if you stay with these people. And what happened with that was there was like a falling out, or there was just like where you weren't as close with those people as you were before. It was something like that. And for the outcome for the other way, like if you went and did your own thing, that would have been okay too. It's like you lucky bastard. Like if you stay, it's okay. If you go, it's okay. Okay, so if that was resonating for you, I don't remember the name of the video, I'm sorry. But if you saw that and it resonated for you and you stayed with that company, or you stayed with those people, or you stayed in that town, or you stayed in that business, this could be that you're getting word that they're going to let you go anyway. So it's sort of weird that you were actually thinking of leaving them a couple of months ago. Like, how long ago was that? When did I do that reading? No, maybe it was when I was back in Chicago. Maybe that was a few months ago. I don't remember. Anyway, they just channel that to me, so that might resonate, it might not, I don't know. Take it as it resonates, please. But getting back to you here. Okay. Oh, 20-minute mark. Perfect. Hold on. Here we go. What is the next message for Sagittarius? Does that card want to come out? Yeah, it kind of does. I'm so happy. Here comes the sun. Look at that. What did I tell you, Sag? What did I tell you? I'm connecting with Sagittarians who, like, you just Forrest Gump your way through life and it just works out. Okay? You know what they just told me? I don't even want to tell you because I'm just kidding. What they told me is that for some of you, that when you like go into this, you actually like make a connection. You actually like at least, let's say you get fired at work at 12 o'clock noon and you're like, see ya, and you go to the bar, you get to the bar like 12:45, 12:30. You just happen to strike up a conversation with someone that you meet there that is looking for you to work for them. And then you guys have a drink or two, and then you know what? It wasn't even a big whoop. That is so typical Sagittarian energy. That is just so typical. But that's what they're saying for some of you. You have ultimate protection here, Sagittarius. You have both of these cards. You have the Temperance, the Fixed Angel, and you have the Sun. The Sun is going to shed light on everything that came before it. So you're going to know the full story at work, whatever this thing is, whatever's going on, whatever the drama is, whatever the... Oh, they're giving me health too. For some of you, if you're trying to diagnose a condition, if you're trying to figure something out and there's no doctor that's able to figure it out, or maybe they're running a lot of tests, this also feels like the blood or liquids or fluids or something, sacs or there's something here with this too. If you're going to the doctor a lot, because the 6th house, that's health. I mean, it could be the 12th house is also institutions. It rules prisons and mental institutions and hospitals. Ugh, okay. Sorry, I forget that not everyone has like a very averse reaction to hospital. That's like not everybody. Anyway, so you could finally at some point over the next 15 days, November 1st to November 15th, you could figure it out. You could get a doctor that knows what they're doing, that knows how to figure it out, and then they figure it out. This is it doesn't necessarily have to be a secret coming to light, although I feel like in your situation, the first two cards being the 3 of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, that it can very well be a secret at work, something unknown at work coming to light, coming to your conscious awareness and attention, Sag. But it's going to be good. It's going to be like, for instance, if this is connected to that other reading I did, you didn't know whether to stay or go at that time because there was an advantage with these people. It was like your fathers are friends, or your families do business together, or you've known these people since you were out of college and you were, whatever. So it was a little bit of a sticky situation for you, and you didn't have all the answers. You didn't quite know. There, like I said, there was a falling out, and it's, if that's the case here, you're going to figure out, you're going to get more information on that, on the falling out, on the other side, whatever this is. It's like there's always more. With the Page of Swords, there's always more information that you don't have. Even if you think you know everything, even if you think you know everything about that work situation right now, I can almost guarantee you November 1st to the 15th that you're going to learn something that you did not know before. That's pretty crucial. That's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal, Sag, okay? With this Temperance card, it's going to be healing. It's going to be balancing, okay? So this whole situation, there's some rough spots here for sure, especially with the 3 of Swords. Like, you really can't, there's no making this sound any better, or no better way to look at this. Like, it's ending, it's pain, it's heartbreak. So you could learn about something that is a betrayal. You could learn that someone was sabotaging you, trying to sabotage you, never had your best interests at heart, was jealous of you, you know, for whatever it is. This temperance is going to like clean it away. It's like cleaning a wound, a gross, nasty, pus-filled, infected wound. You have to clean that shit out, you know? You have to sterilize. You have to put medicine in it. You have to kill off all the bacteria. You know, there's just stuff to do. You got to do that spiritually as well, because this needs to happen. Like I said, this purging needs to happen. You need to know this so that it directly influences your health in a positive way, because this is, for you, this is totally linked. So if you've had health issues in the past couple of months, this is it. This is the root of it. It's all of this internalized stress from work or from not knowing something about the work situation. If it's not work, it's the family structure. It's something where you are actively working with other people on something. So that could be if the family is planning the family reunion, if it's a work project, if it's you and 3 friends, if you know, whatever this is, there's something you don't know. There's something you don't know, but you will by the end of this. By mid-month in November, you're gonna, and it's gonna be good, because like I say, the sun is like the highlighter for me when I pull the sun. It's also I get a dry sun here, like dry sunlight. Like if this is a wet, pussy, oozy wound that has to like get cleaned out, this is the cleaner. This is like the freaking super strong chlorine bleach. This is what dries it all up. This is what dries it all up nice and crusty so that you can just, you know, and it just flicks off of your soul. Okay. So I want to remember that that warning I get, little itty bitty, just to cover my bases about, okay, if you go into this too soon, too fast, you want to learn enough so that you learn the lesson of this whole thing. It's actually looking to be a really great thing for you, Sagittarius. It's a really, for some of you, it's putting into practice. It's putting this into practice. It's like kind of testing your resiliency or testing your optimism. It's testing your pick yourself up by your bootstraps. And I like it. I like it a lot, because it's like no matter what, you're going to go towards what makes you happy. You're going to go towards what your truth is, where you're appreciated, what's good for you. Some of you might have been waiting for this to pop. Some of you have been waiting for the green light to leave without guilt. Actually, for some of you, yeah, for sure. If that other reading resonated with you, and my recap of it is resonating with you, right at the good part, right? If my recap was resonating with you, then what this would say is that before, when you were debating whether to stay or go, you decided to stay and try to work it out with the people. I bet it was because you just didn't want to feel guilty about being the one to leave. And now this could be it. This could be the heartbreak you were looking for, to just dip out without any remorse. Because I don't see any remorse. You didn't dwell on this. So I'm feeling that this kind of is like that. Like you've kind of, like you have your nose, like I said, to the air at work, like you were waiting for you. It's like you knew that there was more information. So this is also waiting and being patient. So this, what? Ooh, it's all that Scorpio 12th house energy for you, Sag. For some of you, this was all like part of your master plan. That's fancy. I like it. You had your nose up in the air, kind of like, sniffing it out, knowing there's more, being patient, waiting for the right time. boom, they drop the ball, they betray you, they do the thing, they fuck it up, they do this, whatever. You're like, oh, that's my ticket out of this place. Thank you for fucking me over. I can leave with the dignity. It's like you're rushing out of there to what you really want to do, but you didn't want to have the guilt of being the one to end it. So you stayed, you waited it out, and then you got your okay, and now you just feel totally free. Now you feel like, I got confirmation that you were a bunch of bastards, and I get to leave with all of the goodwill, all of the good karma, because I didn't screw anyone over, because I didn't break anyone's heart. I didn't, if that's you, Sagittarius, okay, but there's a whole deeper level to this. There's a whole deeper, a whole other more intricate story can evolve here, and that's what I'm going to do in the extended. I'm going to expand on all of this to get more information on what is it about this collaboration or the workplace that you don't know. We'll see if it comes to light. What this temperance is, if this is waiting or if this is more like chemistry. We'll see exactly what the betrayal is, so we can sort of prep you for it, so we can get you kind of ready for it, if that's even possible. And then I'll see what you're running towards, like what it look like there's something to look forward to. So we'll see what that looks like. And then of course, more of what you have coming up for you by the middle of the month, Sagittarius. So if I see you on the flip side, I'll see you soon. For everybody else, if this is where we leave things, I hope that you've enjoyed this reading and got something great out of it. And I will see you all tomorrow for the dailies. Bye.